EC delays Undi 18 automatic voter registration to next year. New groups to be added to second phase COVID-19 vaccination. Well, good evening and thanks for joining us. You're watching News at 10 with me, Muhammad Amin Carlos. Well, the Election Committee remains committed in the implementation of automatic voter registrations that was approved in Parliament for the 15th general election in 2023. Its chairman, Dato' Abdul Ghani Saleh, in a statement said preparations towards this goal is ongoing. However, the statement read that the Undi 18 and automatic voter registration could not be implemented this year according to the initial plan due to various pressing issues. EC said the automatic voter registration and Undi 18 can only be implemented after 1st September next year, as they need to evaluate new obstacles and other problems, as well as take into account the various movement control orders or MCOs that are in place. Well, as of now, there are 5.6 million unregistered voters aged 18 and over, but only 1.2 million of whom were between the ages of 18 and 20. The EC said it will provide an interim report regarding the automatic voter registration and Undi 18, which is expected to be completed by September 2021. The EC urged Malaysians aged 21 years old and above and have yet to register for voting to do so at the mysprdaftar.spr.gov.my or go to the state electoral offices or post office to register themselves. Several new groups of recipients for the second phase of COVID-19 vaccination will be announced on Monday. The Coordinating Minister for the National COVID-19 Immunization Program, Khairi Jamaluddin, said several new groups categorized as economic frontliners and other groups would be added as vaccine recipients in the second phase after it was agreed at the Vaccine Supply Access Guarantee Special Committee level.
Tetapi saya ingin tegaskan bahawa warga emas, golongan berisiko tinggi dengan penyakit kronik dan juga masih lagi keutamaan dalam fasa kedua. Ya. Mereka masih lagi priority dalam fasa kedua. Cuma saya akan umumkan pada hari Isnin nanti beberapa kategori lain yang kita akan tambah dalam fasa kedua, memandangkan kita belum lagi melihat pendaftaran yang tinggi daripada golongan yang sasar yang saya sebutkan tadi. Ada beberapa kumpulan yang dikategorikan sebagai economic frontliners dan juga beberapa kumpulan lain yang telah pun disetujui di peringkat jawatankuasa JKJ.
Khairi, who is also the Science, Technology and Innovation Minister, said the government would also be adding more vaccination centres in Phase 2 and 3 to expedite the process. The minister said the program also depends on the delivery of vaccine from abroad to enable them to step up vaccination process, which would need bigger vaccination centres. The government aims to vaccinate 9.4 million people during the second phase of the National COVID-19 Immunisation Program, which will be carried out from April to August 2021. Well, in a related development, Khairi said a face-to-face method will be used to encourage more registrations for the COVID-19 immunization program, whereby a public service or outreach team will be mobilized to accomplish the objective.
Pada mesyuarat SAHIH pagi tadi, Ketua Pengarah NAGMA, Agensi Bencana Negara, telah memaklumkan kepada saya kerana NAGMA diberi tanggungjawab untuk program outreach kepada kawasan-kawasan pedalaman dan juga bawah bandar. Mereka sedang menjalankan pertemuan penyelarasan dengan kerajaan negeri, dengan pejabat daerah, dengan jawatan-jawatan kuasa kampung, dan dalam masa yang dekat ini mereka akan mengerahkan juga keseluruhan kerajaan dan juga NGO, termasuk ini selama tadi kita bincang sikap JKK, ketua kampung dan sebagainya, untuk ketuk pintu rumah, pergi rumah-rumah dan meningkatkan pendaftaran melalui program pendaftaran ataupun secara resmi.
As for now, Selangor is the state with the highest registration for COVID-19 vaccine.
dan kita telah meluruskan beberapa perkara termasuk usaha-usaha untuk menambah pendaftaran dan juga kempen agar registration vaksin ini dapat dilaksanakan dengan lebih giat. Dan yang kedua, pihak SAHIH negeri juga telah melaporkan perkembangan setakat ini di mana negeri Selangor telah mencatatkan lebih 83% proses vaksin fasa pertama terutamanya untuk dos yang pertama. Dan kita hanya tinggal lebih kurang 4,000 lagi untuk menerima dos yang pertama.
90 vaccine administration centers had been listed to operate in the state so far. The Ministry of Communications and Multimedia, KKMM, is positive that it can achieve the targeted number of registrations for the COVID-19 immunization program. While through the latest Info on Wheels program by the Information Department, or JAPIN, multiple activities have been carried out to provide explanations to the public regarding procedures involved in the injection process. According to KKMM Minister Dato' Saifuddin Abdullah, aside from explanation session, JAPIN also extended their help to those in rural areas through manual registration.
Kita tak boleh rely hanya untuk mereka mendaftar kepada dalam talian, mendaftar kepada dalam My Sejahtera. Kita terima hakikat bahawa di setengah-setengah tempat macam Cameron Highland ni dia memang bergunung ganang dan orang asli tinggal di kawasan yang memang sukar untuk mendapat liputan internet. Memanglah di bawah jendela kita ada perancangan kita, tetapi perancangan itu dan misalnya kita nak menaik taraf menara yang sedia ada dari 3G ke 4G, kemudian kita nak bina 19 menara baru, tapi itu akan mengambil masa. Vaksin ni kena buat sekarang, pendaftaran tu kena buat sekarang. Jadi kerana itu JAPIN dah mula misalnya hari ini dah mendaftarkan dan kita akan usahakan lagi lah.
And when it comes to figures, Malaysia today logged 1,360 new cases today, bringing the total confirmed cases as of now to 338,168. Well, Selangor has the most number of new cases with 356 reported infections, followed by Sarawak with 308 new cases and Johor 129 cases. Well, 210 cases in Selangor were those uncovered from clusters and contact tracing activities. Meanwhile, there were 1,491 more patients discharged from treatment, bringing the total number of recoveries to 322,416, well, that's 95.3% of all cases. And there are now 14,504 active cases nationwide, with 157 patients under intensive care and 72 of them requiring ventilator support. Malaysia recorded 2 new COVID-19 fatalities today, taking the country's death toll up to 1,248. The cases involved a 72-year-old woman and an 89-year-old man who both had a history of comorbidities. Well, the COVID-19 fatality rate in Malaysia is currently at 0.37% out of all cases. Well, 41 individuals were apprehended yesterday by the Compliance Operations Task Force for flouting Movement Control Order, or MCO, Standard Operating Procedures, the SOPs. Well, from the amount, 28 of them were issued compounds, while the remaining 13 were remanded. And according to a statement by Senior Minister for Security, Dato' Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, the most common offence committed was failure to prepare entry and exit logs at premises, which made up 24 of the total cases yesterday. Other offences include not wearing face masks, not practicing proper physical distancing, as well as unpermitted interstate travel. Meanwhile, 266 roadblocks were deployed through Benting, involving the Royal Malaysia Police, the PDRM, the Malaysian Armed Forces, ATM, the Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency, MMEA, and the Border Security Agency, AXIM, which saw the arrest of 9 illegal immigrants, as well as the confiscation of 2 land vehicles. 61 sanitization operations were also conducted yesterday, involving 19 red zones, 10 orange zones, 12 yellow zones, and 4 green zones nationwide. To date, a cumulative total of 19,456 sanitization operations have been conducted since 30th March 2020. Well, meanwhile, the government has agreed to impose an enhanced movement control order, that's the EMCO, onto Kampung Lebak Moyo and Kampung Siasai Tamu in Kota Belud, Sabah, effective later this midnight until 8th April 2021. Well, Dato Sri Ismail Sabri in a statement informed that the Health Ministry, the MOH, has conducted 89 screenings in Kampung Lebak Moyo, of which 9 COVID-19 cases have been detected. And furthermore, 77 screenings were carried out in Kampung Siasai Tamu, with 7 of them returned positive. The MOH has confirmed that there is a significant increase in the number of cases in both localities, with a high infectivity rate within the community. In another related development, the EMCO in Kampung Sinsingon and Kampung Lotong Nabawan will conclude tomorrow as scheduled. MOH has confirmed that positive cases in the locality have shown a declining trend, and the cluster is under control, while all positive cases detected have received treatment. Body cams to ensure transparency, also to prevent abuse of power. The Royal Malaysia Police, PDRM, should empower the capability of its personnel in mastering the laws of the country, apart from equipping the force with sophisticated assets, gadgets and arms in facing modern challenges and threats, which are getting more demanding. The Prime Minister, Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin, said PDRM should step up the participation of its personnel and officers in training, courses or conferences organized in the country as well as abroad to acquire more global and latest exposure and sharing.
Kolaborasi dan kerjasama strategik di peringkat antarabangsa yang dijalinkan oleh PDRM selama ini mampu meletakkan pasukan keselamatan negara ini sebaris dengan pasukan keselamatan dari negara-negara luar seperti Scotland Yard, Royal Military Police United Kingdom dan Hong Kong Police Force.
The Prime Minister said this when delivering a message in conjunction with the 214th Police Day at Police Training Centre, Pulapol Parade Ground today. Tan Sri Muhyiddin also said to build a strong law-enforcing force with integrity, the values of discipline and integrity should be emphasized in building the character of members of PDRM. Well, meanwhile, the Premier announced that the nation's enforcement officers will be equipped with body cameras protecting the police from slander by criminals or unscrupulous people. Well, he said an allocation of 30 million ringgit has been approved for this purpose.
Dengan penggunaan kamera badan berteknologi tinggi dan canggih, saya percaya moral dan keyakinan anggota PDRM dapat dipertingkatkan semasa melakukan operasi dan juga penugasan yang telah ditetapkan.
Tan Sri Muhyiddin also announced that the government had agreed to extend the 500 ringgit financial assistance to all serving or retired recipients of the Pingat Jasa Pahlawan Negara. A total of 80,000 recipients of the Medal of Honor, including 40,000 of those who have retired, would benefit from this aid. In a related development, PDRM is offering discounts of up to 50% for traffic summonses which are paid via the My Baya Saman portal and application from today until 11th April. Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Abdul Hamid Bador said the offer was to encourage the public to use the online facility to settle summonses for minor traffic offences. However, he added that the offer did not apply to major traffic offences such as jumping the red light, speeding, overtaking on double lines, using telephone while driving and driving on the emergency lane. Speaking at the launch of My Baya Saman app at Bukit Aman, Tan Sri Abdul Hamid said the application was created to further the police's service quality to the public while at the same time help reduce red tape. Well, the basis and procedures of the intake of foreign workers into the country is clear-cut and concise. Malaysian Immigration Department Director General Dato' Indra Khairul Zaimi Daud in a statement explained that the government had determined 15 source countries for foreign workers. Well, this includes Thailand, the Philippines, Bangladesh, Indonesia and India. Well, unskilled labour workers from the source countries are only permitted to work in 3D job sectors, or dirty, dangerous and difficult, such as in construction sites, palm oil plantations, building cleaners or as warehouse workers. The government has also determined that foreign workers are not allowed to apply for permanent resident status. All foreign workers whose work pass has expired are required to return to their home countries. He added that employees who do not follow the stipulated procedures may face legal action under immigration laws and acts. As of 31st December 2020, a total of 1.4 million foreign workers held valid temporary working visit passes. Well, Petroleum National Berhad, Petronas, has become the first global energy company to produce liquefied natural gas, LNG, from 2 floating facilities. Now, in a statement today, the cargo was loaded onto the Seri Tamar LNG carrier operated by MISC Berhad for shipment to Petronas LNG buyer in Thailand. Well, Petronas added that this milestone confirmed the viability of Petronas's push in unlocking deep water gas fields with floating LNG, that's FLNG solutions that are more sustainable and economical compared with conventional solutions. The statement said that PFLNG Dua's mobility will allow the company to unlock even more marginal and stranded gas fields in the future, providing Petronas with new and sustainable sources of LNG to meet the growing demand for cleaner energy. With PFLNG Dua's first cargo delivery, the national oil company will continue to extend its leadership in FLNG technologies. PFLNG Satu also completed the world's first FLNG relocation when it was deployed to Sabah's Kababangan gas field from the Kanowit gas field in Sarawak in March 2019. Another concrete block has fallen onto the Middle Ring Road 2 or MRR2 along the Sungai Besi Ulu Klang Elevated Expressway or SUKE today, impeding traffic during the morning rush. However, the highway concessionaire in its official Twitter account denied that the block was from their project, but instead fell off a lorry that was transporting it. So according to the tweet posted at 7:47 a.m., SUKE said a concrete block fell off a lorry and not from the SUKE project on the middle lane of MRR2 after Hillview heading towards Ampang. Then at 7:57 a.m., another update was posted that the middle lane has been opened for traffic. It urged road users to follow the directions given by the traffic officers at the location. The MRR2, also known as Federal Route 28, was built by the Public Works Department to connect neighborhoods at the border of Kuala Lumpur and Selangor. And with that, we conclude this evening's news at 10. In our top story, Undi 18 and auto voter registration to start next year. Well, folks, join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. I'm Muhammad Amin Carlos. Stay tuned to Saluran Berita RTM and have a pleasant evening. Bye for now.